It is 12 noon, halftime here on Three Man Front on Jocks. Appreciate it very much. Joining us today, Chris Stewart from the Crimson Tide Sports Network joined us at 11 o'clock earlier. Brian Edwards talking a little bit about week 0 and week 1 coming up in the college football world. This weekend we'll get going with Farmageddon starting in Dublin, Ireland. That will be the first game of the college football season. We're all looking forward to that. High school football, Kyle Parmalee stopped by as well from Starnes Media. Brand new magazine out, Under the Lights. You can pick it up to where most places have magazines. And also, I believe he said Buffalo Wild Wings on 280, right? That was a location that you can go and get access to. We were scheduled to have a conversation with Moose Johnston from the UFL at 1 o'clock. Unfortunately, that has been canceled. No rhyme or reason given by the UFL, so take that information for what that is worth. 1-800-239-WJOX, 205-834-9450. Landrum, as we are just days away, some folks right under the wire, they're getting their last moment predictions for the college football season. And I know you were telling me about one during the break from Andy Staples from On3, had some interesting takes involving both Alabama and Auburn.
You did, Pat. 10 bold predictions for the 2025 college football season, according to Andy Staples. Number 1 on the list, get your jokes off now. Auburn is going to win at least 9 games. Andy goes on to say there have been so many reasons to make fun of the Tigers in the past week, different play callers based on the down, the possibility of playing 3 quarterbacks in the season opener at Baylor and claiming extra national titles after spending decades making fun of Alabama for doing the same thing. But he goes on to talk about the quarterback room, all 3 of those quarterbacks, and goes on to talk about the edge rusher and Keldrick Falk. Says Tigers perhaps their best offensive line in 10 years thanks to increased competition. And the addition of Virginia Tech transfer Xavier Chaplin also mentions the wide receiver core and asks the question, will Hugh Freeze get mad and throw his quarterback, whoever that may be, at the time, under the bus? Maybe, but he said, I'll take the talented roster, manageable for an SEC schedule. Trust Freeze and the Tigers can overcome any press conference issues by being good enough on the field to turn what were close losses last year into wins this year.
All right, so he's got them winning 9 games.
Yes.
Okay.
We won't go in depth on this, but number 2, he's got Notre Dame will land a top 4 seed in the college football playoff.
Okay.
Number 3, James Franklin of Penn State will beat a top 5 team for the first time since 2016.
Goodness.
That was back when they upset then number 2 Ohio State. Number 4, Alabama. Will win the SEC title.
How about that, Conrad?
I know that would make him happy.
These are bold predictions?
Yeah. You can look at it one of 2 ways. I see you're looking at it the other way.
I believe we all voted for them to win the SEC title in Atlanta, did we not?
Yes, but I think we were the few who did. So now Andy knows that they have the ingredients to do it. So now his bold prediction, they're going to be like, oh, Andy, you're a genius. When 3-man front, we voted him. See what I'm saying?
Just wanted to give us a little pat on the back.
Andy goes on to say, my prediction for Alabama's success keeps rising as the season gets closer. Why? The Crimson Tide simply have too good of a roster to lose the way they lost to Vanderbilt and Oklahoma last year, Conrad. Kalen DeBoer's second season will be much better. In my last way too early college football playoff projection, I thought Alabama would make the field but wouldn't get a top 4 seed. Now, I'm envisioning a win against Texas and Atlanta and a bye into the quarterfinals.
Wow, so he's predicting Alabama to beat Texas in Atlanta.
RTR,
wow.
The number 4 life. I added that. Andy didn't put that.
Wow, he made Auburn and Alabama fans happy.
I know.
In the same article.
That's kind of what we're talking about.
That's tough.
Oh, he knows what's going on.
Number 5, Ohio State will beat Michigan for the first time since 2019.
It's just funny that that's a bold prediction. But I mean, yeah, it's been a minute.
Utah. A year after going 5-7, the Utes are going to play for the Big 12 title. Moving on.
I was just saying, I saw someone yesterday that had Devin Dampier as one of their Heisman finalists. And I was like, oh, okay.
Keep forgetting he's there.
I mean, he's very good.
He is very good.
He's very good, but we'll see.
Number 7 on the list, bold predictions by Andy Staple for the college football season. Bill Belichick's first North Carolina team will win fewer than 7.5 regular season games. Bold on, but depends on who you ask.
Yeah, think that's where a lot of people are right now.
He's also got Tulane. Who is their quarterback again?
Not Darian Mensah.
BYU quarterback
Oh,
transfer.
yeah, that's right. Retzloff. Jake Retzloff.
He is there. Goes on to say they're going to be a group of 5 team that makes the college football playoff. I wish Molly was in here for this, but with Iowa's quarterback, Mark Gronowski, they're going to have a functional offense. That's all.
I love that.
Functional.
They're going to have a functional offense.
What a backhanded compliment.
And last but not least, bold predictions for the college football season. Arch Manning will have an excellent season and be back in college football in 2026.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. He brought it today.
Yeah, like Conrad said, it's very odd that you can make both Alabama and Auburn fans happy at the same time. That last prediction you said about Arch Manning, so nearly 2 weeks after Archie Manning made headlines for comments about his grandson Arch not declaring for the 2026 NFL Draft, and instead Archie saying that his grandson was going to stay at Texas next year, Arch Manning spent part of his media availability on Tuesday afternoon to Texas answering a question that only he could get. Was Grandpa right about him staying or going at Texas?
Yeah, I don't know where he got that from. He texted me and apologized about that, but I'm really just taking it day by day right now.
Wow. Saying, Granddad, I have no idea where you got that from, that he was going to be at the University of Texas. Or do you think that was maybe Arch negotiating in public for a
Arch,
new
it's your
NIL
granddad.
deal?
I misspoke. I shouldn't have done it. I tell you what, this is how we're going to cover it. You're just going to blame it on me and my age.
Yeah, because, again, it's like when this first came out a couple weeks ago and we talked about it. You would be stupid, whoever you are, if you are a projected top 10 pick in the NFL draft to not go into the NFL draft that year. So maybe that'll be Arch Manning. Maybe it won't be Arch Manning, but yeah, that I don't think anybody really believed that. If he goes and wins the Heisman, Texas wins a national championship, he's the number 1 overall pick in the draft. Why
Do you actually think that Archie misspoke?
No.
I don't either.
No, I've known Archie a very long time.
Yeah.
He does not misspeak.
No, he's like Greg Sankey.
Yes, it's all very
He's going
calculated.
to be very careful with the words that he crafts.
Well, I think he's also looking at it. Well, this is what Eli did. This is what Peyton did. Worked out quite well for them. So why wouldn't Arch do the same thing?
So I was listening yesterday. I was off the second half of the show. Great coverage yesterday on the Auburn National Championship celebration. And so as we wrapped up that conversation, did you get a feeling one way or another, or was it along party lines in regards to, yay, they should have accepted and gone the route of acknowledging those championships, or no, it's pretty ridiculous, or was it pretty even?
I would say probably more of, at the end of the day, it was Alabama fans like Conrad that said, why not? We've done it. Okay, fine. This doesn't change things. Auburn fans saying, why not do it? I would say more people either indifferent, don't care, or thought it was a positive than a negative.
Okay. Well, one individual that you hear a lot of criticism in regards to on his radio show, and it's typically towards the University of Alabama. It's a good friend of ours. We love Matt Moscona at ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge. He typically goes after the Bammers. He typically goes after people like Conrad all the time.
Low-hanging fruit.
Well, yesterday, let's just say he decided that he was going to turn his venom to the loveliest village on the plains. He starts out. Who was that?
That was like a cat hissing.
Oh, okay. He started out this diatribe that you're about to hear discussing Justin Hokanson's article. He writes for Auburn Live. Is that correct? Is that right?
Yeah, he's on 3.
On 3? Okay. This is what he had to say about Justin Hokanson and yesterday's declaration of 7 new national championships.
The lead of his piece over at Auburn Sports is, it's about time Auburn football, italicized, finally will claim bold 9 deserving and legitimate college football national championships. Like, you want to talk about editorializing a news report, italics, bold, and qualifiers like finally, deserving, and legitimate. Everyone is making fun of Auburn today, and everyone should be making fun of Auburn today. We literally have an athletic director, a grown adult human today, who makes 7 figures a year and runs a $100 million athletic department that is claiming 7 national titles dating all the way back to 1910. Like, do you realize how fundamentally absurd this is? In what sport, in what reality, in what world would this make sense in anything else? History right now is laughing at college football because of how stupid this postseason has been for so long, where something like literally, in the 1913 title that Auburn claims, it says it right here, Billingsley MOV, margin of victory. Auburn's claiming a 1913 national title because of their margin of victory. That's fundamentally absurd. If you're going to look at today and make fun of Auburn for claiming 7 national titles they didn't win, and then defend college football and say we don't need an expanded playoff, you are a hypocrite. There's no other way around it. You are the problem. This is the reality of college football. That some jackass 115 years later can claim a national title and hang a banner and everyone's like, oh, that's normal. Do you understand how absurd that sounds? It's stupid. John Cohen, you are stupid. It's a stupid thing to do. Every Auburn fan that's celebrating, you are stupid. But that's college football. And the fact that anyone would accept this is normal. But college football, we love it in spite of itself because it is the stupidest sport ever because of crap like this. That an athletic director can claim 7 titles his school did not win and pass them off as legitimate, and we think, oh, that's normal. If there has ever been a clearer example of how stupid college football is, this is it. Thank God we have a 12-team playoff. Thank God we're going to get to 16. And I hope the Big Ten commissioner gets his way and we go to 24, 28, and ultimately 32. In one place, 32, and so on. And you have a real, actual playoff. So 100 years from now, some stupid-ass athletic director doesn't come down the pipe and say, you know what? We won the Matt Moscona championship in 2036, and so we're going to fly a flag.
Matt Moscona, ESPN Radio in Baton Rouge, his thoughts on John Cohen being a jackass and stupid, and Auburn fans being stupid.
Well, that kind of reaction, woo, get that fired up. Man, I guess it had the effect that maybe some Auburn fans wanted it to have. I mean, this bothered a lot of people like Matt. I don't know why it's such a big deal. I understand some of what he's saying, but have we gone back? Let's go back and peel through all of the claimed national championships that the NCAA does recognize. And let's break down those schedules and who they played.
Well, I mean, I don't think that's the point. I think the point is the fact that the NCAA recognized those as whatever the standard was at that particular time. That's your national champion.
The point is, John Cohen is saying it without saying it. We think that some of these national championships that schools are using as their banner on their flag in their pamphlet that they've been bragging about, we think that those are ridiculous, so let's claim our own ridiculous national titles to put in our pamphlet, put inside of our stadium to sell with our brand.
See, and I still go with the idea that you said yesterday, right? Would this be a big deal if you just added the years on the scoreboard or somewhere in Jordan-Hare Stadium and the fans got to see and went, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. I don't think people would be all up in arms about it. It's the fact that they went and made a press release about it, and they tried to make it into a story, and then people are going to take.
I would understand if they were coming into the LSU Hall of whatever they call it, and that 1958 national championship trophy was taken out of there, and they were officially unrecognized as national champions. Why get so upset? How does this bother you so bad? I'm talking about Matt in particular, and I love Matt, but golly, almost popped a blood vessel in his head. I love that graphic, by the way. That reminded me of Conrad's Hot Chip Challenge.
So do you think that upsets Auburn people when your athletic director is called a jackass and he's stupid and Auburn fans are stupid for accepting this?
I mean, I guess if you're 7 and you're on a playground.
I think that probably upsets some people.
Well,
here's my question. So when is the Terry Bowden statue going to be built outside Jordan-Hare?
It already has been. You just didn't see it.
It's too small.
It's too short.
What about the Tommy Tuberville? Hey, I will tell you this.
They're waiting until he gets elected governor.
So one of my fraternity brothers,
3, senator, governor, head coach.
one of my fraternity brothers that you guys have met at Social Taco, Neil Schroeder, lives up in Moulton. Big Auburn guy. He texted me this morning. I want to say congratulations to the Schroeder family because Auburn is now acknowledging that 1913 team. His grandfather played on that team. So
That's pretty cool.
So he has a national championship winning grandfather that played on the 1913 Auburn football team. How about that?
That is cool.
So,
Do we have any Nike gear yet? With all the championships?
That was the biggest blunder of all, that you didn't have national championship shirt ready to go for all of the new national championships that you claimed yesterday.
and it was just
not
like
good business.
And just like I was reading articles like the 2004. Again, you can debate all you want to. It was a great team. They weren't going to lose, whatever the case may be. I covered them on a daily basis in 2004. They should have played for the national championship. The bottom line is they didn't. So you can't award a national championship to a team that didn't have an opportunity to. I mean, it just was not the standard. So, but again, if that's what makes you feel good and you want to declare things, I'm sure people on Rocky Top declare that Peyton Manning is the Heisman Trophy winner, not Charles Woodson. If that's what makes you feel better and you can sleep good at night, live in your own fantasy world, so be it. More three-man front, this is Jocks. It is 12:21 on Jocks. This is Three-Man Front. Thanks for tuning us in. Pat, Molly, Conrad, Landrum with you until 2 o'clock.
Well, as we know, the Alabama heat and humidity can be brutal, but don't let it affect your home and family. Keep them comfortable with an affordable Trane cooling system. They've been recognized as America's most trusted brand for 11 consecutive years, and they're the official cooling partner here at Jocks. So go and find a comfort specialist near you at Trane.com.
We welcome your calls at 1-800-239-WJOX. The Courtesy GMC text line is also open as we get ready for the start of the college football season. It will be Farmageddon coming up on Saturday morning in Dublin. I already saw some AI stuff from Kansas State fans because the general feeling is that Kansas State is going to have a ton of people. They're like Nebraska, not taking a shot. This is truth. They travel extremely well, and they believe that Dublin is going to be painted purple.
Anything to leave town is what you're saying.
But the
Hey,
AI,
Manhattan's a cool place.
but the AI that it's incredible. Like the stuff that it's also scary. The stuff that they've done AI that makes you think that all these people are in downtown Dublin.
Yeah.
You know, it's like 100,000 like Kansas State fans, which it's not. I'm sure there's going to be multiple thousands there, but to the point to where it made you go, whoa. And they go, oh, yeah, that's AI. Hasn't happened yet.
This is a fun first matchup for this particular game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was an exciting, compelling game, and not that we haven't had those in past years, but two top 25 ranked teams getting us started on a Saturday before noon. Hallelujah. Text line's open. 205-834-9450. Back to Matt Moscona's rant about Auburn claiming 7 national titles yesterday. This one reads, if Mr. Cohen can make up lies, more power to him. Official records did not support any of the 1900s claims. Thank you for the text. What is it about the schools in the state of Alabama that give... it's not his name. Matt Moscona all riled up. That was my thing. If you want to disagree or criticize or make fun, I'm all about it. But you're about to blow a blood vessel in your head.
And before that diatribe that you heard him go on, he took a shot at Alabama, basically saying that collectively Alabama and Auburn have now claimed more bogus national championships than anybody else can actually claim real national championships. So I think I'm going to call Matt after we get off the air, before he goes on the air, and I'm going to say, look, I know you've got a problem with the state of Alabama, so I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to call Mike Griffith, and it's going to be on my dime. I am going to rent Mike's place for the weekend, and I want you and your wife to come experience the wonderful state of Alabama in the white sand beaches of Gulf Shores, Alabama.
I hang out with LSU fans down there all the time. He'd fit in perfectly.
I want him to enjoy the state of Alabama, so maybe he will change some of this negativity towards Alabama and Auburn fans.
I want to ask him, when it comes to the real Death Valley, does he get this fired up? Clemson claims it's the real Death Valley. LSU does. I prefer the LSU version as an SEC homer. But can we settle that? Because we have two schools claiming to be the real Death Valley. I didn't blow a blood vessel. If this isn't embarrassing for you as an Auburn fan, you're that guy. The years are already up inside the stadium.
Wait, did he say if you're not embarrassed by this as an Auburn fan?
If this isn't embarrassing for you as an Auburn fan, you're that guy. Are you embarrassed, Conrad, as an Alabama fan with a 3?
Well, and that's what I go back to is, again, I said it yesterday and some people got mad and were like, you don't speak for the whole Alabama fan base. No, I don't. But if you're an Alabama fan and you want to claim 18 titles, that's fine. That's what I claim. But you can't be hypocritical and then get on to Auburn for claiming national championships that aren't recognized by the NCAA, because that's what Alabama fans have been doing for decades.
Landrum, lifelong Auburn fan. Matt is right. What he's saying is it's wrong is wrong, even if everyone is doing it. Okay.
I guess it's like when you were growing up and your mom would say, well, if your friends go jump off a bridge, are you going to do that too? Like, well, is there water? What are we talking about here?
It kind of ties into when Auburn took their stance on recruiting until the August 1st thing, right? Their interpretation of the rules. My thing was, I'm not saying that it's right, but if 135 other schools are recruiting a certain way and you're doing it this way, is the NCAA going to go after 135 other schools?
Do we think he would have this much venom for LSU if LSU's athletic department came out and said, hey, we've gone back through the record books and we're now going to claim 2 additional national championships for LSU football?
Because LSU wasn't good enough to even go and claim that.
I'm just, if the shoe was on Matt Moscona's foot, would he still be having the same sentiment? Maybe he would. But
And we were talking about this during the break. All kidding aside, honestly, if you were really going to count only the legitimate national champions, you probably should go 1936 on. Anything claimed before 1936, because that's really not the modern age of football. Not to mention the fact that you had a couple of national standards start in 1936 in regards to the Associated Press poll. Then you had the UPI. That was a standard up until the coaches poll, like in 1981, 1982. And then that took over for UPI. So you had 2. And then you had the BCS in 1998. Then you had the college football playoff in 2014. So if you really want to get down to brass tacks, that's probably where you're gonna shave a bunch of these off Alabama and some other programs that claim that, because from 36 on is when people legitimately started considering that a legitimate national championship.
Sorry, Minnesota. That's 2 of your national titles. Michigan, 1 of them's out. USC, 2, out. Alabama, 1930, out. Notre Dame, same for you. Notre Dame, same for you.
Well, Alabama's some in the 20s. too.
Alabama, Stanford, 1926. Sorry. 1925, Alabama. Nope.
So is that 3 gone
so
from
we really
Alabama?
do have 15 national championships.
What were the years? 1910, Harvard and Pitt. We talked about that yesterday. 1914, Army.
And Auburn now. Well, and what was the stat that you had yesterday, Pat? Wasn't 1901 the first year that a non-Ivy League school won a national championship?
Yeah, they started playing football or giving so-called national champions in 1869, and it wasn't until 1901 in which a non-Ivy League team, and I think it was Michigan, won the national championship.
You're telling me this is the centennial anniversary of Alabama winning that 1925 national title? 100 years later,
It's going to be a big celebration before the Louisiana Monroe game. Big one.
By the way, Illinois, they lose 1-2.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yep.
Poor Bert. He'll have to go get himself one.
Man, that's disappointing.
Tim from Coleman. I just decided I won a national championship in ping pong in 1986. I went undefeated that whole year on the ping pong table in our basement. Put a banner up. Get a ring. John Mack says, yes, my Aggies get to keep their only natty 1939.
Woo!
Man, you were 3 years, 3 years earlier, and we'd be having a different conversation.
Bobby says, whether you agree with Moscona or not, I will say LSU claimed championships like Auburn did yesterday. He would indeed be just as fired up about it because as critical as he is about Alabama and Auburn, he's just as critical, if not worse, about LSU.
Now, I will say, if you've ever watched his reaction videos after LSU loses a football game, he's very critical and distraught.
And I think the other underlining point he was trying to make is the fact that we should have an expanded playoff so we wouldn't have all these question marks every single year about stuff.
This one rolls in. Love the show as always. What SEC football coach gets fired this season? Who are we going with, guys? You got potential. You could go maybe more of a long shot with Hugh Freeze. You got Venables, Stoops. Could we see a departure there, whether voluntarily? Can't see him firing him.
Man, I love him, but I think you got to go Sam Pittman right now.
Sam Pittman?
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Lebby gets more time even if they go 2-10?
Yeah, I think he gets one more year. But hey, this time last year we thought Billy Napier was the easy option, and we saw how that turned out for him. So maybe Arkansas will do the same thing.
Barry in Cahaba Heights. How many days ago was the ultimatum given by the new UFL owner?
5 days ago, August 15th.
He goes on to text, doesn't seem to be a bold strategy, rather a softening of the punch. Maybe so.
Yep. So by the
Lay us down easy.
It'll be interesting because, as Pat brought it up, or he asked earlier, so this post by Rapoli was put up on Friday, August 15th, asking for 5,000 season ticket deposits. So does that mean that we get until Friday? Do we get until Sunday? What is the ultimate deadline?
It'd probably be a Friday news dump. Or right before kickoff of Farmageddon, he will drop the hammer.
This is good right here. Holy hell. I never realized how fun claiming natties would be. Props to Bama and other teams doing this first. I love this. Signed, Auburn fan.
We will continue with your text, your calls. This is Three Man Front on Jocks. Welcome back to Three Man Front on this Wednesday. Hopefully we'll get to see a lot of you tomorrow night at the Birmingham Barons game. It is the Jocks kickoff party. You've heard Molly incessantly talking about it for weeks. So hopefully you took advantage of the opportunity to win some tickets. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow night.
I'm so excited.
You pumped?
I'm so pumped.
You ready?
I
You
always
got
like
good
the
weather
kickoff
for
party.
us scheduled for tomorrow night?
Well, let's hope Mother Nature cooperates.
Are you wearing pants or shorts?
I thought we were wearing tuxes. I thought you and I had gotten that figured out.
It looks like it will be good weather.
Good.
We're still doing
I was supposed to meet you at Brookwood Mall for a fitting.
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Is that
Was
one,
it Brookwood Mall or Eastwood Mall?
Is
Where
it
were we
still
supposed
next to
meet?
that tobacco shop that has the
It's right next to the mole hole.
good smelling pipe tobacco? The mole? Remember that? Yeah, I do. It's so funny you remember that. It's so random.
I know. It's just
The mole hole.
how my mind works sometimes. So Langell was telling us earlier about some predictions that Andy Staples had. Good news, Auburn fans. He's predicting Auburn get 9 wins. Bama, SEC championship. Well, the staff writers for CBS.com, they have just listed their SEC expert picks of 2025, including the most overrated and underrated teams, projected order of finish, and bold predictions for 2025. We'll run through those real quick for you. The most overrated team, according to CBS Sports in the Southeastern Conference, they list Texas. That was Molly, by the way.
Molly, did you poot?
No. I was just
She did
moving
horns
the
down.
down.
Most overrated team has Texas, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Florida, and Tennessee. Those are the most overrated teams according to CBS Sports. The most underrated team, LSU, Texas A&M, Missouri, Oklahoma. So Alabama and Auburn did not fit any of those categories, being either the most overrated or the most underrated. Bold predictions by some of their staff members at CBS about the SEC. Tom Fornelli: there will be no fewer than 3 interim coaches on the sidelines during rivalry week at the end of the SEC regular season. 3. Wow. Chip Patterson: Alabama will have a top 5 scoring defense nationally. The Crimson Tide have a pretty high floor when it comes to this category, annually ranking inside the top 20 and usually inside the top 15. But it's been a while since we looked in Tuscaloosa to find one of the country's truly talented defenses. Brandon Marcello: the SEC champion Texas finishes with 2 or 3 losses at Ohio State, at Georgia, and possibly Florida. John Talty: Florida starts the season in the top 15 and yet ends the year unranked after another grueling schedule deflates the Gators' hype balloon. Richard Johnson: powered by the best wide receiver room in the SEC, a budding running back stable, and great play in the trenches, Auburn is able to beat everyone they should on their schedule. Alabama, Georgia, and maybe Baylor are hills they will prove too tall to climb, but there's a lot to love about these Tigers. David Cobb: LSU will begin the season with a win at Clemson and finally reach the college football playoff. Brad Crawford: from preseason top 20 to unranked at year's end, Tennessee's 2025 season will be one to forget after making its first playoff appearance last fall. So in other words, they will crash and burn. And finally, Chris Hummer says LSU loses week 1 against Clemson, but still goes on to win the Southeastern Conference Championship. Clemson is a brutal week 1 matchup, but giving some time to settle into the season and transfer heavy group to get. I love how LSU's roster is built. The winner of the SEC could easily have 2 to 3 losses. So any of those like really jump out to you in regards to crazy, that's just bold, I ain't scared predictions? By the way, Brett Noseworthy will join the show tomorrow.
What did he say about LSU?
Well, you had a couple. You had one that said that they would lose in the week 1, but they would rebound and ultimately win the SEC. And then you had another one said that they would lose at Clemson and not be a factor.
Yeah, I would go with the former rather than the latter, that they're still going to compete.
Even after a loss in week 1.
I'm not ready to buy in that LSU wins it all in the SEC. I just need to see more. Because we've seen some really talented Brian Kelly teams in the past. And this is going to no doubt be as talented. Or maybe even more talented. But schedule, that's going to be so tough to navigate. And you got to go to Bryant Denny. That doesn't help. You got that revenge game with Ole Miss that they're probably licking. That's probably the game that Ole Miss over there in Hotty Toddy Land, Pat, that they've circled from last year. They remember Tiger
we've
Stadium.
Circled it.
I think it's going to be really, really tough. So, yeah, maybe winning the SEC, that just
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the low-hanging fruit, which is Texas A&M being underrated. How can you be underrated at this point? I mean, you got to prove something on the field. I just, we're doing this every single year. We're doing it again this year. I know there's a lot of people that are high on A&M, and maybe this year will be the year that they break through and make it to Atlanta or make a college football playoff. But
it just seems like there's never that guy at quarterback where there's expectations. You've seen glimpses, whether it was Haynes King, whether it was, I mean, we'll go back to Kellen Mond.
Yeah.
Wigman.
Yeah.
Now.
And I like Marcel Reed.
I did too.
I mean, you had an opportunity last year where no one was really paying attention to you. All you were going to really have to do was go and beat an Auburn team that was struggling on the road. You couldn't get that done. You lose in, 4 overtimes or whatever it was. Then you get stomped by Texas at the end of this. Why should I think that this year is going to be any different? And it very well may be, but I don't know why I should be expecting that right now.
I like the one no fewer than 3 interim head coaches by rivalry week.
Yeah, it's big.
That's big.
But I'm like what Conrad just said. They listed LSU as an underrated team.
I don't think they're underrated.
I don't either. It's a situation that because of the way the top 3 or 4 teams in the conference is viewed currently, LSU's one of those teams. And you literally, and we said this before the vote came out in Atlanta, you can make an argument for any of those 4 to be 1, 2, 3, or 4. Mm-hmm. So I don't consider them underrated whatsoever, because them being in Atlanta or the college football playoff would shock no one on this radio show.
Well, and I think you can make the same argument for Texas, right? Where maybe at the end of the year we look back and go, ooh, that was not the best team in the SEC. But based on, just about everybody has Texas as number 1 on paper going into the year. So I don't know how you can necessarily say they're overrated right now. But maybe they will be at the end of the year. I don't know. It's prediction.
It's almost to the time where we will not be referencing any type of offseason prediction
Thank goodness.
Yes.
for a very long time.
No, we get into the real meat and potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Better to forget it.
Yep. Won't have to deal with any of that.
You already have the game selected.
My question to you guys, and I'll let you vote.
That's a no.
No. It's a very limited. It's just like the office football pool begins next week. Does not begin this week.
So are we going to do better to forget it this week?
So that was my question. If you guys want to do it Friday, we will do it Friday for week 0. If not, we'll wait. You're the defending champion, Molly. What would you like to do?
Ooh, I am. I forgot about that.
So obnoxious.
What? I haven't said anything about it all off season.
But it was just the way.
It's just the way your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's the way you carry yourself. Oh.
thank you.
Actually, I forgot I was the champ. You didn't
that's
forget.
right.
No, I actually
You
did.
didn't
Oh my
gosh.
forget.
It's been so long since
Hey.
we've done it.
I've seen that banner she hung in her office.
She didn't forget.
She's declaring a national
You
championship.
could have knocked me over with a feather. I did win that last year.
My master's jacket's also in there.
It is.
Oh,
You
wow.
You've
Now
taken
she's really
care
Now
of the
it's
master's
coming out.
jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the question? I got distracted.
I can see. Do you want to do better or forget it start this week, or would you like to defer for the second half?
I want to do it this week.
All right. We'll do it Friday then.
Are my teammates okay with that, though?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect.
This is like the champions dinner at Augusta.
Oh, sweet.
You won the green jacket. You get to choose what you're going to eat. You don't go around and ask them what they want. You declare, this is what we're doing.
Well, it's important to make sure no one has any allergies or dietary needs and for the food.
And I'll add this to it. I'm not going to forget a single game this year because I did that one time last year and y'all never shut up about it. So we're just going to start calling it Bet It.
Better see Hawaii on there.
Well, we're going to have to.
Well, there's
because
only
it's
5 games to pick
It's
from.
it's a very small slate.
Oh, I
That's
didn't
why
know-
I think
I
we
thought
should
we
do
were
it.
going with a smaller slate. Like
now we
less
typically
than-
go 5 games.
Yeah, 5 games.
Okay.
And that's all we've got on the docket.
Mhm.
So you better read up on your Fresno State and your Sam Houston State.
All right, got those locked in. Hawaii is my big play.
Oh,
And TJ Finley does not play for Western Kentucky if you want to factor that into your picks.
hey, here's a fun stat for you. Stanford at Hawaii. First time since 2000 that an ACC team has played in Hawaii.
And that's great and everything, but what's the barometric pressure going to be? Because that's really what's going to factor into.
Well,
the
depends
bet
if the
you're
low
gonna-
pressure front right off the Big Island develops.
Ah, okay.
Because if that does, then we got all sorts of kicking problems.
Okay.
Let me
Good to
tell
know.
you get 15,000 rabid
In the
fans
Timmy Chang Center.
in the complex, the athletic complex.
Yeah, the
Field.
Timmy Chang Center.
Sure. Everything's off the board at that point.
Yes. That's the last game of the night. That's on CBS too. Did you realize that? That's not on like CBS Sports Network.
Oh, no, it's on
CBS.
CBS.
That's big. That's big boy CBS.
Is this Gary Danielson gets a trip to Hawaii?
I hope so.
His
I
final
didn't
year.
even think about that. That might be.
It's his final year.
Is he going to have a
He's
flower? You think
retiring.
he has a flowered shirt with a lay on it? With a,
I hope so. That'd be glorious. Him and Nessler going out on a high note, getting a free trip to the island to
welcome
do
into
Stanford.
a sold out Timmy Chang.
So you're going to start calling it the Timmy Chang Center now. They should. Oh, it's here. Love it. More 3-man front here on Jocks.
12:53 man front here on Jocks. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be there in Jocks land around the country consuming college football. You download the app, the Jocks app, take it with you wherever you go throughout your travels this high school and college football season, and you never miss a moment of the show. Any of our programming, also those watching on Jocks TV. I'm looking at it right here in studio there on YouTube. We appreciate that. Folks on the Gulf Coast, they're in the Mobile area, also in Montgomery, Huntsville, Tuscaloosa, all the surrounding parts. We appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you.
Well, it's almost time for college football, and if you're looking for the perfect place to catch all the action, go and check out Big Whiskeys because they are the place to catch all the games in the bar on the big screen. They also have great food of all varieties with a full menu with apps, salads, burgers to steaks. Their bar features unique cocktails, over 120 whiskeys, including whiskey on tap, and like I said, plenty of screens so that you can catch all the college football action all weekend long. So go and check them out at the Stadium Trace Village off Highway 150 near the Hoover Met.
So the Tennessee Volunteers, it was reported in the Knoxville News Sentinel that the season tickets for the Tennessee Vols, it increased by an average of 4% across the board for the upcoming season. The 4% increase is slightly below the 4.5% increase from 2024 and 25. University of Tennessee is offering a 10-month payment plan to fans, as AD Danny White stressed the notice being provided prior to the 2025 season is to give fans a longer window to manage the ticket costs. White also indicated that the 10% talent fee, which was instituted prior to the 2025 season, remains in effect for next season. So that goes to pay for all their talent with this NIL.
So it's basically a 14% raise in ticket prices.
Yeah. Wilson notes that the only ticket type without an increase is the Premier Club, which is a premium offering with a club below the lower west side seating. The cost for the remaining $4,600 for the second straight season. All other ticket options increased, include the 3 other premium offers at Neyland Stadium, but the headline is that they continue with the 10% talent fee that's on University of Tennessee tickets.
Well, they got to be able to pay Joey Aguilar to come back for another year, Pat.
Yikes. Yikes, yikes, and yikes again.
I wouldn't be super happy if I was a member of that fan base and we weren't able to keep our quarterback because of how much money he cost, and now we're going to continue to upcharge season tickets or in a season where you don't have the highest of expectations?
Let's just say that Tennessee falls off the map like one of those predictions at CBS Sports. Let's say they go 4-8. Does the criticism fall on Heupel or the fact that because Nico left, they're giving them the benefit of the doubt?
4-8, he's not going to get the benefit of the doubt.
No.
Not at this point.
But it's 500 benefit of the doubt, 6-6.
I think, I'd say 6 and 6, 7 and 5. Calls for concern, but he gets the benefit of the doubt.
But under 500.
Under
it's
500.
a different
Oh,
animal.
that's yeah.
No, with the rest of that roster and what you've built there with recruiting classes, what you've done in the portal.
I mean, defensively and
And to
what
be
you've
fair,
got.
that schedule, it's not insane.
No, it's not. But, I mean, similar to last year, right? You should be pretty good defensively. You should have a pretty good running game. And that's a lot of what they relied on last year, and you made it to the playoffs. So I think, you should be good enough to – Tennessee's at a point they should be good enough to go 8-4 as a floor.
Even with a okay quarterback?
I would think with everything they have around, because, I mean, you could make the argument that Nico was just okay for a lot of last year. So
Definitely in the Arkansas game.
there were a couple games, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff. Well, I wish I could say that coming up in a couple of minutes, Moose Johnston's going to join the show, but he's not. You want to do like a faux mock interview with Moose Johnston?
You want to do it right
coming
now?
up? Moose, welcome to the show.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys.
There's been a lot of talk about Birmingham not selling enough season tickets, 5,000 to be exact, and the franchise is gone. Can you comment whether that is true or not?
I cannot.
Why are you on the show then?
That's a great question. Ask my boss, Mike Rapoli. He's the one that made me do it.
Oh, my.
I hope we get Moose on. We want answers.